stems from daddy issues that I never thought that I had. Hey Misfits, it's your girl Liz. Welcome back and welcome in. So today we are recording a video that I never thought I would be recording, but we're here. We need some healing, so that's what we're going to do. I know that this experience is not specific to me only, so let's just get it out. Get your journals out if you need it, tissues, some of y'all may need it, and yeah, we're going deep here. So I just want to prepare y'all first and foremost, okay? I just want to prepare y'all because it is going to awaken some emotions. But yeah, and if you are not ready to deal with some past traumas, please watch this video at another time. But as of right now, the Lord put this on my heart that this is what I need to be focusing on. So we're here. Okay, so just to set the scene a little bit, if you watched my previous video, I'm going through some things in my life. The Lord is pulling me in a very different direction. So not only am I newly single, but also that breakup had triggered some past events that I had buried deep, okay, in my psyche. And so yeah, fast forward, a month and a few weeks after the breakup, I simply was just like, the healing process is, it seems like it's going nowhere. Like, the healing ain't healing, basically. So I was crying my eyes out, and I was simply just like asking the Lord for guidance, asking the Lord to help me. Like, I felt like I'd been crying for so long that, like, I was like, Lord, are you even listening? Like, that's literally what it was. So I had went to bed just so exhausted from the tears and everything like that. And I had a dream that was unexpected. And yeah, I'll just read what I had wrote in my journal, just because, yeah, it paints a better story that I could even express right now. So I had a dream. There was this family gathering at my grandmother's place, and she was cooking. Everyone is around eating, talking, laughing, and my earthly father shows up claiming that someone invited him and he wanted a plate. So I turned him away, but my grandmother insisted that she would serve him and I shouldn't treat my father that way. So whatever Granny says goes. So the evening went on, and he's comfortably sitting at the table talking, and I'm angry, and something was said, and I jumped out of my seat and I just let it out. So throwing it in his face that I am hurt, I screamed and I cried, "You don't deserve to be here. You abandoned me and now you want to come back?" And I held his chin and I wanted to rip his face off, but I was like, it's fine, and I stormed away. My pain was the loudest thing in the room. I sat on the bathroom floor and I just cried, thinking of all the times that he just reappeared, expecting everything to be okay, and then disappear once again. An insurmountable time had passed, and I gathered myself off of the floor and rejoined the gathering. My grandmother and a few others are cleaning up, and I ask, where did he go? And my grandmother says plainly, he left. Just to unpack that in itself, there are many key points in this dream, but the one that stands out to me most is the fact that as I rejoined the group, and the first question I asked was, where did he go? So that question alone it speaks to the fact of that I expected something different. I expected, to be heard in that moment. I expected to be acknowledged, anything. Like, I just simply expected something to be different from my father, and that is not what I got. Yet, I know from many a times as a kid, as a teenager, as an adult, that is not what this man does. Anytime he reappears, something is said, nothing negative, it's just something is said and then nothing changes and then he's gone again. And so it's one of those things where I had completely blocked off myself from feeling those emotions because I knew nothing was going to change. So the fact that in this dream I expected something to change, it's a gut-wrenching feeling. And yeah, it's something that I have to deal with. And so then my grandmother just explicitly saying, like, he left. Like, that was it. Like, you said your piece and that man is gone. Once again, it just really solidified that I have to get used to the fact that people are going to leave. And I think that is something that I have just never been comfortable with, like, ever in my life. Like, I expect something to happen, and if it doesn't go that way, I'm upset. Like, and that even traces back to that. Like, he would tell me he's on his way, he's coming, my bags are packed, coat is on, sitting by the door. Hours go by past the point of where he was been supposed to arrive, and then I'm just like disappointed. Like, I'm upset. So yeah. And so after reliving that dream and trying to jot it down, because I'm like, what does it mean? Like, why do you, like, out of everything, I'm just crying about this breakup, and now my father shows up in my dream. It's like the craziest thing. And so I start journaling once again, just because I'm like, my brain, help me. So this is the reflection. I'll just read that there too. No one stays. No one can fix me. Everyone sees the damage and takes advantage, but no one really cares. Daddy issues is one thing I thought I never had, but it was just buried deep. With each one that left, they unburied a bit more of what was yet to come to the surface. They left, so now what? How do I deal with what is left? The pain, the brokenness, the isolation. Whew. After, reflecting on that and talking to the Lord and sitting with the Lord, the one thing he said to me is, you have to forgive them. And I'm like, but they left. Why do I have to forgive them, And so yeah, it's one of those things that I'm currently dealing with. It's just forgiveness. And I thought that, I was getting in the habit of becoming okay with forgiving people. Like, so I'm not the type to throw it in somebody's face if they hurt me or anything like that, but trust me, I will remove myself from the situation. Like, I don't have to say anything to you, and I'm not expecting you to do anything for me. It's just, I'm gonna remove myself. You showed me a side of you that I didn't necessarily appreciate, and so now I'm gone. So one of those. And so forgiving not only these relationships, these failed relationships, but forgiving the root of the problem and learning how to be okay with people leaving my life. I just didn't expect that, but yeah. So now we're here. Now I am trying to work on forgiving. Because the little girl that was wounded is still there. As you can see, it still brings up these, again, gut-wrenching emotions. Yeah. And when I say, I hid those emotions, like, after burying it when I was maybe like 10 years old, I simply was like, I don't have a dad. And I don't care that I don't have a dad. Like, if you ask me, I think I turned out pretty great. And I was just like, I did all of this without him. And I was actually grateful, because I was like, had he been in my life, maybe I would have turned out completely different. Like, I could have been this horrible person. Not everybody is meant to stay in my life. The seasons change, different chapters, and who I am to become changes as well. So those people were just simply not meant to be there. And I understand that. It's just the process of letting go is really difficult for me. And I'm now seeing that stems from daddy issues that I never thought that I had. So yeah, working on forgiveness. And even then, I was talking to God. I'm like, what does forgiveness even look like? But yeah, like, I can forgive him. I can accept him into my life, but with very strong boundaries. I don't owe him anything, and he doesn't owe me anything. That's where we're starting. And I can't continuously throw my hurt in his face, because we both are in two different chapters of our lives. I want to encourage you guys out there, if you have dealt with something similar, or if you have a parent who you are wounded from and are struggling to forgive them, it is a journey. But it is a journey that is well needed, because you don't see how that affects other areas of your life if it goes unaddressed. That's all I have to say. Thank you guys for joining me once again for this segment of Cut the Small Talk. We're not here for the small talk. I hope that this was able to heal or help in some way, shape, or form. Until next time, I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.